Number 7, Rebecca Donahue. A junior from Carlsbad, California. Number 8, Anna Bradley. A senior from Enola, Pennsylvania. Number 9, Anna Kern. A first year from Hatfield, Massachusetts. Number 11, Bailey McCoy. A senior from Morristown, New Jersey. Number 15, Olivia Ahart. A senior from Annapolis, Maryland. Number 16, Delaney Snowden. A junior from Branford, Connecticut. Number 17, Margaret Martin. A first year from Glenridge, New Jersey. Number 18, Holly Vincent. A senior from Port Washington, New York. Number 19, Dahlia Bercow. A sophomore from Midlothian, Virginia. Number 24, Rachel Marlin. And in goal, a sophomore from Huntington Beach, California. Number 96, Mary Smith. Head coach for the Fords is Jackie Cox. And now, the starting lineup for your Swarthmore Garnet. A sophomore from Denver, Colorado. Number 2, Grace Fuselier. A first year from Glenville, New York. Number 5, Amelia Landry. A senior from Washington, D.C. Number 6, Fiona Heaps. A senior from Raritan, New Jersey. Number 10, Martina Campbell. A junior from North Wales, Pennsylvania. Number 11, Deborah Kim. A senior from Glenridge, New Jersey. Number 12, Grace Twitchell. A senior from Austin, Texas. Number 13, Kelly Cho. A junior from Sudbury, Massachusetts. Number 17, Brooke Findlay. A junior from Brookfield, Wisconsin. Number 22, Amanda Ressler. A senior from Collingswood, New Jersey. Number 23, Quinn Basewitz. And in goal, a first year from Wantage, New Jersey. Number 34, Cassandra Conklin. Head coach for the Garnet is Hannah Harris. She is assisted by Amy McFarland, Ainsley Rhodes, and Tara Hausker.
Well, was anticipating the national anthem at that point. Seems like we're going to get right to hockey here. And we hope you are looking forward to it. 59 degrees, sunny, clear skies, a Breeze blowing right across the field from top to bottom as you see it on your screen. And here is what the ladies are playing for. They are guaranteed a spot in the postseason, the Centennial Conference playoffs. However, they got to win. Easy enough, right? Well, the winner will get the 6th seed. That is a guarantee. And that is because Haverford lost to Washington College already. So did Swarthmore. Ursinus has already won. They beat Gettysburg yesterday 3-0. Therefore, Ursinus and Washington College are going to be the 4-5 matchup on November 2nd when the playoffs begin. The winner of this game will get Bryn Mawr. As we are underway, center pass starting from the Fords. Glad you've joined us here. Thanks for allowing us through your door. And between your ears, it's the Garnet. Who else in the Garnet? Guarding the goal to our left. The Fords in the home white and the red numerals. As a whistle not heard, a lot of fans screaming here. As playing hard was Finley there, but she lifted it right into herself. And the restart here coming from Margaret Martin. Foul, picked up again by Olivia Ahart. Ahart, one of the captains, fighting her way into the circle, got knocked away. And it ends up on the stick here of Finley. Finley, probably the speedster on this team, passed it a little too far that time. And Bailey McCoy, the freshman, will get it back to midfield, where the Garnet will just misfire it there for Martina Campbell. Washington College is playing Dickinson tonight. And actually that game just getting underway as we speak. Foul to 25 as Basewitz gets fouled for the Garnet. Your officials for today's, de facto playoff game, Joanne Palumbo on the far side. Your table side official is Taylor Hart as Haverford trying to push in the circle. And a stick foul called there by the aforementioned Ms. Palumbo. Swarthmore has got to avoid the slow starts. We've said it over and over again all year. They just seem to get off to slow starts. If not the entire first quarter, the first half of the first quarter. A lot of motion riding in today's game. You've also got to watch out for that for your 5 seniors, 7 on the Haverford side. The knowledge that for some, this could be their very last game in their collegiate uniforms. Looking for a foul and not getting it there was Anna Kern, senior out of Enola, PA. Play on, just tipped out over the sideline by Delaney Snowden, senior captain out of Annapolis, Maryland. And the drive, that one by Amanda Rossel, but right onto the stick of a Ford. Flicked on by Dahlia Burkow. Another senior, another one of the captains for the Fords. Under head coach Jackie Cox in her 13th year. 125 and 90 overall. This Haverford squad lost last year in the quarters of the Centennial Conference playoffs to this very same Swarthmore team by a 2-0 total. It was the second time they had lost in back-to-back games, really, as Swarthmore won its senior game. Here in 2021 is the long drive from about 45 yards out. Finds nobody but the back of the cage, and letting it go is the outstanding freshman goalkeeper Cassandra Conklin out of Avantage, New Jersey, a 9-7 record. 154 goals against. 7.55 save percentage. She was among the best, not only as a freshman, but in the nation in Division III for the majority of the season. Her counterpart, the sophomore Mary Smith, a 7-9 record of 237 goals against. Defends the goal to our right. She is out of Huntington Beach, California, and has a 6.83 save percentage. Both goalies have pitched shutouts this year, but someone's not going to get one today as a lifted ball. Are they going to say deflected up? Yeah, that was Deborah Kim deflected it into her own throat. Fortunately, she's okay. And after the foul, the restart, the Fords trying to play. Stolen but given right back. Far side, it's Rachel Marlin. Sophomore from Midlothian, Virginia. And carried over the end line. It'll be a 16 coming out here for the Garnet as we are 4.5 into a scoreless first from Swarthmore, PA. Both these teams will be on the road for as long as their postseason continues. Again, they'll both be a 6 seed depending on who wins this one. And in the playoffs, 1 and 2 get byes, 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5 at the higher seed. Semifinals, again at the higher seed, which would be the 1 and 2 seeds. And then the championship, again, the highest seed. Battle for it right near midfield below us. That one finally won by Martin of Haverford. Trying to carry, and a stick foul will be called there on Elizabeth Zack. Sophomore out of Sewickley. Getting the start here today. Attempted drive by Snowden. Flubbed it, but break for the Fords. Got it right on the stick of Ahart. To Holly Vincent, the freshman. Then she had it stolen away. Callie Cho, who will find herself in the middle of just about every ball here today. Deflection, finds the stick of Abigail Trapp. Trapp tried to dodge to the inside, runs into a double team. Still trying to get out of it. Burkow comes over to help out. Flips it into the circle, hops up. Unable to control it, though, was Zoe Despinis out of Barrington, Rhode Island. And then finally, a little calmness here as a foul called against the Fords. Swarthmore on the restart. Over the sideline, it'll stay with them. Hannah Harris in her 6th year. Perfect 500 record, 53 and 53 overall. She is 43 and 44 here at Swarthmore in her career. Spent a year at Ohio Wesleyan back in 2014. An above 500 record for Wesleyan. As a foul and a reset here, not taken in the right spot. It was taken to the 25. That's important because beyond it, now you can drive into the circle, which is done. Deflected, allowed to be played down. Cho holding, gets it into the circle. Twitchell, shot, and went off the body of a teammate. Looks like that hit Zach. So finally a little pressure here for the Garnet as we near the halfway point. Here in the final game of the season for one of these two teams. Definitely the final game of the season here at home for Swarthmore. Win or lose. Lose, they're done. Win, they will head on, more than likely, to Bryn Mawr. Trying to get it deep in the circle. Hitchingham. And Hitchingham called for a foul. We do have 2 finals to pass on to you. Johns Hopkins took care of Bryn Mawr, which puts Bryn Mawr at 7-3. Hopkins to 10-0. That was a big matchup there. Franklin and Marshall, a 5-1 win over McDaniel to close out their regular seasons. So Franklin and Marshall will get the 2 seed at 9-1. Johns Hopkins, 6th-ranked team in the nation, they will go to 10-0. They're the top seed on an 11-game winning streak, by the way. Bryn Mawr will fall to 7-3 in conference, but no one else can catch them. Ursinus is 6-4. Washington College right now is hosting Dickinson. But regardless, win or lose, they will end up as the 5 seed. Deflection allowed to be played, but when it went off the stick of Holly Vincent and over the sideline right in front of the Haverford bench. A restart coming up here by Grace Twitchell. Back to Landry. Landry sent it into a double team trying to find Cho. It was stolen by Olivia Ahart. On the foul, the restart. Smothered quickly. Getting there fast was Zach. Zach lost it. Went back to Twitchell, however. Twitchell fouled. Stick foul coming from behind there by DeSpinis. And a quick restart. And again, just a pass that really didn't need to be made right there by Landry. Another one of the issues that has plagued Swarthmore a little bit. Some of these passes going into double teams, trying to force them to teammates that aren't open. That one just a miss hit. Body contact. Cho comes out of it, gets it to Kim. Kim, no numbers, but a nice dodge to the inside. Gets rid of a fellow number 11 there in McCoy. Into the circle. 12 away. Shot deflected wide. Hustling to get after it and sending it out will be Vincent. Trap. Trying to carry on that far side. Weaving, nowhere to go. Drops it back off. Trap will get it right back from her teammate. Back in a double team, and we'll get called for the foul herself. Good help over there by Landry to come over and help. I believe that was Basewitz over there. Carry far side into a double team. Basewitz had it, lost it, and then fouled trying to get it back. Get a substitute here real quick as Grace Twitchell will step out for the Garnet. And in her stead, Sarah Cooper, the freshman defenseman out of Central Bucks South High School in Warrington, PA. Drive stolen away here by the Fords. Pushing it up, looking for someone into open space, but the only person there happens to wear Garnet. That's Landry. And it's deflected dangerously. It'll be played back, and Landry will have a chance here with just under 4 to go. Kind of a feeling out process here. The Fords started to put some pressure on, got in the circle a little bit. Couldn't get anything on goaltender Cassandra Conklin. Only one real bit of pressure here on Mary Smith, although she did not get a shot on her courtesy of the Garnet. Finley, a little too hot to handle there, bounced off her stick. Ahart had it. Finley, nearly a steal. Ahart getting it back. Finley fighting back again, and they're going to get her for the foul. Couple other games, one other game going on right now, or at least will go on shortly. Muhlenberg in a non-league tilt. The Mules are at Misericordia. Fuselier didn't quite get all that. Cho tried to send it, flipped it up, hit the body of a Ford. And a restart coming up here near midfield for the Garnet. And it'll be started by Amanda Rossler. She'll drop it back to Grace Fuselier. The Denver, Colorado sophomore who's passed right onto the stick of a Ford. Sprinting up the left side is Amy Kim. Coming with it back to her side now and trying to send it in. I believe that's Burkow. And Burkow off the foot of a Garnet player. Gets loose. Drive. That one coming from Ahart. Smothered. Still with her to the Fords. And now another opportunity here. That one by Vincent. That hit a Garnet player. And then on the restart, they got Cho for being in too close and playing it. And that is an automatic corner. Got to be 5 away. The offense does it underneath that yellow 25-yard line. No problem. It just comes out to the other team. But you do it defensively, and it becomes a corner, which is exactly what the Fords will have here. It's the first one for either side here today. As the Garnet, chance to prepare. Clock stop with 2:13. Dahlia Burkow to the left wing. Drive. Kicked up cleanly. No danger there as Conklin with the first save of the game for either side. Very calmly taking care of that. Sandra Conklin, although right now she's got the sun right in her eyes. I'm wondering if the Garnet took direction so the sun wouldn't be an issue in the second half. As a dodge, a foul, an obstruction call here against Haverford. 1:30 left to go here. Garnet trying to push. They get fouled again. Quick drive, driven. Cho couldn't get it. It's going to go all the way. Hustling after it as she always does is Brooke Finley. Letting it go, however, was goaltender Mary Smith. Long aerial. Makes its way near midfield. Overrun there by the Fords. Swarthmore with an opportunity here as we near 1 minute left to go here in scoreless first. As a pass by Emma Duffield, freshman from Milton, Delaware. That was deflected off the stick of Despinis. And inside the 25, can't drive this into the circle. Rossler did, and maybe a mistake there. Ahart played it. It's going to be available to Swarthmore, but it's overrun. And a break there for the Fords as Vincent. Not a strong drive, but it ends up going straight to Despinis, who spins around the ball and loses it. Good defense there by Emma Duffield. Quick restart again, right onto the stick of a Ford. Cho knocks down a pass attempt. Vincent had a hit off her, so it's going to stay with the Fords. And a misfire on the pass. Finley tries to dodge herself, does. Has Kim to her right if she wants her. 15 seconds left. Trying to get to the circle, gets tackled, looking for a foul, not getting it. Has a nice job to step up and steal it away by the senior Rebecca Donahue. Driven up the right alley onto the stick of Amy Kim with 1 second left, and that's going to do it. They're not going to get a chance. It would have been a 1-on-2 for the Fords, but they won't have a chance to exploit that. So again, a bit of a slow start there for the Garnet. They righted the ship, went back and forth. Only one corner opportunity was turned aside by Cassandra Conklin. And that takes us to the end of quarter number 1 here in this regular season finale and de facto playoff game. The winner goes to the conference playoffs. The loser has their season come to an end. Scoreless between Swarthmore and Haverford. Back to Clothier Field in a moment on the Garnet Sports Network. Second quarter about ready to get underway here from Clothier Field. Daryl Dobitz back with you here. Quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard in the Centennial Conference. Saturday's not just for field hockey, also for football. Halftime right now in league, Ursinus blowing out the Bullets of Gettysburg 35-0. Final at Susquehanna in a battle of the Birds. And Susquehanna, the Eagles hold on for a 26-24 win over the Blue Jays from Johns Hopkins. It was Dickinson manhandling Juniata. Landmark Conference school. Used to be in the MAC. Used to be nationally ranked. They were as high as 4th at one point back in the mid-'80s. They have been on down times lately. They also used to be called the Juniata Indians. That has changed over the years. 45-7 Dickinson the win in that one. Muhlenberg. The Mules with a win over Franklin and Marshall in a league battle for 28-21. And Moravian in a low-scoring affair with McDaniel. 14-3. That is also a final. Second quarter underway. Once again, the center pass begins for the Fords. Thought they were going to get a dangerous use of the stick there. A swing and missing for the Fords was Rachel Marlin, but they had called a foul on Swarthmore. However, unable to do anything with it are the Fords. It's sent out over the sideline. Rebecca Donahue will restart for the Fords. Pass deflected. Not dangerous, knocked down by Rossler, and then Rossler got fouled. So free hit coming up here for Swarthmore. Having trouble seeing downfield right now. A lot of the players putting their hands up to their eyes, trying to shield the brilliant sunlight that has been bestowed upon us. Down the left alley, stolen away by Donahue. Trying to pass it up, gotten back by Swarthmore. Just a lot of back and forth right now, although this one will bounce around. Kim has it. Kim had Finley, tried to make a move, and then found in the process as fellow number 11, McCoy, with a good defensive play there. And the quick restart here for the Fords. They come up the right side. It'll be Marlin. Marlin down that right side to Despinis. Spinis. Did it deflect off a Haverford or a Swarthmore player? It must have. They had to play it on the end line. They got it out, and the foul will be called. Trying to reach for it was Marlin. Right now, that east end of the pitch, trouble spot visually here for the Swarthmore defense. Here at Clothier. Send a shout out to a buddy of mine, Laura Ann Lane. Successful head field hockey coach of various programs. Beaver/Arcadia, Gwynedd Mercy, Roanoke, and currently looking to turn around the fortunes of Nichols up in the New England region. Wish her well for that one. She's a field hockey-aholic. Divisions 1, 2, 3. Pro, international. Young lady knows her stuff. On the right side, it's Landry. Landry had it, lost it, stolen away. Vincent trying to hustle up the left lane. Couldn't quite get to it in time as Fuselier, leader on that back line, stole, but she gave it right back over to Bradley. Bradley's pass, top of the circle. Fuselier stepping in front of it. Fisher was looking for a foul, thought better of it, and a good no call right there, as that was a clean steal by Fuselier. Now down the right alley. Maybe trying to force it a little bit. Right there was Swarthmore in Twitchell. It was stolen, but Cho ends up getting it back. Again, you'll hear that name quite a bit. Cho very rarely leaves the field and is very rarely away from the ball. As getting fouled over there was Basewitz. And did they card? I believe they might have given a card out. If they did, it looks like Rachel Marlin, the sophomore from Midlothian, Virginia. She has a seat. And she will. So it'll be a 2-minute man short here, woman short, I should say, at approximately the 11:30 mark. So she will have to sit, and the Fords will have to sit or play a player less for 2 minutes. Cho trying to steal it inside the circle. Martin had it, lost it, and then got it out again. And now an obstruction call here against the Fords. Quick repush here by Swarthmore. Trying to wiggle into the circle. They do just enough, and it'll be a corner. Not sure if they got Donahue on the foul on that one, but Basewitz quickly with the restart, able to get the corner. She just snuck in on that left wing. Naomi York checking out, but her replacement, Allison Kubel, junior from Lancaster, PA, can't check in until this corner is officially started on the insert, and it'll be Callie Cho who will insert and get to the far post. Twitchell at the top of the circle. They go there, but it's not Twitchell. The drive smothered, deflected, and they're going to say off the stick. Over Ford, so the corner denied, but Swarthmore will keep possession. It'll be a 25 coming in. Looking to restart is Duffield. Comes out to the right to Landry. Landry had it knocked away. Good defensive play right there by Burkow. Burkow, Snowden, and Ahart, the three captains. All seniors for the Fords. Cho trying to whack at it. Eventually whacked too much. Got Ahart and got the foul. Long pass. Good reach there by Twitchell to knock it down. To Cho. Couldn't handle the bouncing ball. And the pass up by the Fords. Midfield. Joust right now is jumping in is Cho. Lost it on a nice play there by Cabell. And actually, I believe that's an 8. That would be Bradley, Anna Bradley. Swarthmore gets it back. Good dodge, swept along the ground, trying to one-touch. It was Cho. A break as it was mishandled by the Fords. Twitchell passes it up the lane. Onto the stick of Zach. Zach had it knocked away. Twitchell has her back. In the right alley. Got it back. And unable to hand it is Swarthmore. Fuselier chasing after. Tries to jab at it. Doesn't get the tackle. But forces a play all the way across. And guess who's there? Cho at midfield to get the steal. Her pass knocked down, however. Had a runner in Zach that she was trying to reach down that right side. Just not far enough to the right on that attempted pass. As Duffield will go to the left side this time. This will be Rossler. Lone player back right now for the Garnet is Grace Fuselier. 9 offensive players right now theoretically here for the Garnet. As the ball deflected high, it was deflected off the stick of Olivia Earhart, so it'll be Swarthmore ball. Is checking back in is Despinis. Waiting to check in is Abigail Trapp here for the Fords. Big swing, a foul. They're going to call a stick foul here. Quick restart in the circle. Pushed in as trying to get it in was Basewitz, but the defense of the Fords knocks it away. Marlin. Pass knocked down. Amelia Landry for Swarthmore. And actually they're going to say this was touched last by the Fords. Well, a break there for Swarthmore. I thought they were going to get it on her. They'll try the right side. Landry. Pass, didn't get all of it. Slowed down by the Fords. Twitchell, though, steals it. And then, unfortunately, overruns it. After a nice tackle by the Fords, Delaney Snowden. Still waiting for our first tally. Right now, the field leaning a little more in Swarthmore's direction. Only one shot on goal. That went for Swarthmore. That might change here. Coming in goal, it's Sophia Hitchingham who got trapped. Another opportunity. That one deflected up. Official looking for who it went off of. Couldn't tell. Play allowed to continue. And now a foul finally called here against the Garnet. Sophia Hitchingham with an opportunity to get the first shot on goal for the Garnet. Could not get the trigger pulled on that. Conklin with the only save that needed to be made here so far for either side for Swarthmore. 7 minutes left to go here. Still scoreless at Swarthmore University. On the line, a spot in the postseason. Win or go home. It is the 6th and final seed up for grabs here in the Centennial Conference postseason as Twitchell eventually gets it. Calling for it on the right side, wanting it was Landry, but got it knocked away instead by the Fords. Good job there by Anna Kern. Good pressure here by Zach. And now they're going to get a foul here. I'm not sure they got Zach or Jackie Crowley, number 1. First time we called her name today. Zach deflects it. Hitchingham with a nice dodge. Pushing it across, trying to get it to Landry and, to Crowley. And Crowley just could not get to it. Maybe one too many passes there for the sophomore from Yardley, PA. Ford's having a difficult time getting it over the midfield stripe, but they're going to have a chance here as a foul was called. Everyone kind of double checking on that. Finally confirming that it will be Delaney Snowden will start for the Fords. Tried to get it back over to McCoy. McCoy misplayed it. Sophia Hitchingham with it to Crowley. Past her. Zach, a chance. Zach, a shot. This one will be turned aside and kicked all the way to the sideline by Smith. Could not quite control it. Good job by Crowley to let it go over to Zach. Pass in, taking a header as a Ford defensive player. Play still continues. That was Ahart that went down. Loose ball kicked out to the right alley, where it'll be gathered by Kern. Kern's pass up that alley, stolen away by Landry. Landry dips and doos and dodges. got fouled. She was trying to get free. Cho, nowhere to go. Got tackled and brought it back. Despinis with the good tackle. And Cho, a better play to realize she was going nowhere. Foul called there on Despinis. And on the restart, misfiring, but they're going to say it wasn't in the right spot. And the restart coming from Landry. Dropped all the way back. Dangerous pass. Fortunately, stepping up was Fuselier. Back to Landry. Landry from about 25 away on the right. To Twitchell. Across. Deflected in towards goal. Carried along the end line and finally deflected out of play by Twitchell, reaching for it as she stole it away from McCoy. Hanging on right now are Jackie Cox's Haverford Fords, as they are really struggling, again, to get it over midfield. Swarthmore putting on excessive pressure here, and now they're going to get a foul here on Sophia Hitchingham. Just playing hard, ran into her, so a little too physical there, and now it'll be Swarthmore that'll play one down. As Abigail Trapp will come out, Dahlia Burkow will come in her stead. About 3:50 on the clock, so with 1:50 left, Swarthmore will be able to bring in an 11th player as Finley checking in now for the Garnet, replacing Zach. Finally pushing into their offensive 25 with a move is Despinis. Sends it into the circle, straight away from about 10. Trying to control it here is Haverford. Good tackle right there as falling down was number, I believe that was 18 there, and if it was, that was Holly Vincent. Great tackle by the back line there, just holding their ground legally. She went tumbling right into him. And the foul goes on Haverford. Now the official saying I signaled it the wrong way. The foul's actually going to go here against Marlin. And on the restart, dangerous play there. Fans are yelling for something. Well, guess what? You got it. Relax. Aerial towards the circle. 2 swings, but again, that aerial, 2 players reaching their sticks up in a crowd. That's dangerous. And I love hearing parents that don't know the rule. I don't know if you can catch them on our crowd, Mike, but I can catch them here in the booth. Someone's, and a contact right there, and grabbing her head there's Olivia Ahart. Seems to be okay. Just a hustle foul there by Emma Duffield. So again, everyone just laying everything out here. Fuselier sending it up into a crowd, but Cho able to corral it. Cho's drive slowed up by Ahart. Finds the stick of Finley. Finley fighting for it, trying to pass it. Never had control of it. Snowden holding. Not a solid drive there, and this one's going to go over the sideline, and just letting it go will be Swarthmore. Quick restart. Good steal on a step up by Kern. Kern getting up on the left side. Just outside the circle. The spin around. Not there. Fuselier with a nice tackle, and then Fuselier fouled by Kern, trying to get free. Naomi York tried to get in on that left wing, but Fuselier with a good drive right there. As now 2 bodies go down, just getting tangled up. That was Snowden along with Kim from Swarthmore. You'd think they were playing on ice right now, the way the bodies are hitting the ground. York sends it into the circle, and the foul will be called, however, on Kern trying to go after it. Does a great job to hold her ground for Landry. Teams both at full strength right now as the green card has worn out of Hitchingham's foul. Finley trying to look up and misplayed it. Finley had Kim in front of her, and on the left side had Campbell, but did not look downfield. Took her head off the ball, and next thing you know, it's a foul and back the other way. Here comes York. Fuselier. Good jab right there to knock it free, but it still ends up at the Fords. Opportunity shot. That one turned aside there by Conklin. Loose coming back, and it's going to be a foul as it was knocked into a crowd too high. Conklin got stuck out too far. Her teammates had her back, and while clearing it, Landry ends up going into a crowd. And with 30 seconds left, Another corner here, just the second for the Fords. Again, it'll all start when players get on their protective gear. Burkow will set this up. 3 at the top of the circle for the Fords. Had it, mishandling it was Ahart. Getting into the circle and trying to dodge, and it gets bounced up. Good tackle initially by Basewitz. Got the ball to bounce around and back off of the foot of Ahart. Just to smartly play this right now, Fuselier, with under 10 seconds left. Killing time. And right now, Swarthmore just hanging on to it to drive to the midfield. And that was a final 15 seconds well played defensively by Hannah Harris's troops. Last thing you want to do is make a major giveaway deep in your own territory with under 15 to play and a chance to score or at least offer another corner opportunity, and that did not happen for Swarthmore. 2 saves for Cassandra Conklin of Swarthmore. 1 for Mary Smith from Haverford. That's all they've seen on cage. None of them have gotten through as we are through one half of play here at Clothier Field at Swarthmore University. Glad you've joined us on the Garnet Sports Network, but we got no score for you. Winner gets to go on to the conference playoffs. We'll come back, give you the game by the numbers, get you caught up on the out-of-town scoreboard in the Centennial Conference, and prepare you for what I guarantee will be an entertaining second half. Coming back in a moment here on the Garnet Sports Network. Halftime continuing here from Clothier Field on the campus of Swarthmore University. The ladies of the Garnet back in their locker room. And the Haverford Fords sitting on the field to my right as the respective coaches talk to them about second half strategy. Looking at the first half stats, not a whole lot to speak of here. Fouls, quite a bit. 32-25 against Haverford. Corners, Haverford 2, Swarthmore 1. Shots on goal, the same number. Each team with a green card as well. Shots for Haverford coming from Snowden, Burkow, and one by Marlin, though that was not on goal. The only shot on goal for Swarthmore was from, actually I take that back, the shot on goal for Swarthmore was from Zach. Crowley, Hitchingham, and Twitchell also had shots on goal, or shots, but they did not go on goal. Sandra Conklin, 2 shots on goal against her. She had 2 saves. And meanwhile, Mary Smith with the lone save of the shot that came at her for Haverford. So first half was more of a first quarter was more of a Haverford quarter. Second quarter definitely favoring Swarthmore, and that's how they need to come out in the third if they are looking to win on their senior day. 2 seasons ago, I say 2 seasons, that knocks out the COVID season in 2019. Haverford won on their senior day. 2021 here, senior day for Swarthmore. They won in the final game of the season on senior day. And Swarthmore trying to do that again and hoping Haverford does not ruin their day today. Here on Garnet Day, it's basically senior day for every sport. Women's soccer played earlier. Volleyball going on right across from us. As we check the scoreboard here in the Centennial Conference, we'll check for field hockey. We already mentioned Johns Hopkins runs through the league undefeated, 1-0. They take care of Bryn Mawr. That was the game of the day right there. Bryn Mawr holding their own, but they're going to get the 3 seed here in the conference playoffs. They are going to play the winner of this game. Of course, Bryn Mawr shut out Swarthmore here on the Garnet Sports Network 3-0 back on Wednesday. Franklin and Marshall, a 5-1 win at McDaniel. Franklin and Marshall will be the 2 seed. They are 9-1 in conference play. Dickinson and Washington College right now, there has been no score reported. As we refresh our screen, we have a score. 2 minutes left to go in the second period. Washington College with a 1-0 lead at home over Dickinson. Dickinson's had a pretty good run here at the end of the season. They are 5-11 overall, but they've won their last 4 and have played some pretty good field hockey, but they are down right now 1-0. Washington College will be the 5 seed regardless of the outcome, and that is because yesterday Ursinus beat Gettysburg 3-0. That put Ursinus at 6-4. They hold the tiebreaker head-to-head against Washington College. So if they're both 6-4, doesn't matter. Ursinus, the 4 seed, they will host Washington College on November the 2nd. And, of course, the winner of this one will travel to Bryn Mawr for that 3-6 game in the first round there. Men's soccer, Franklin and Marshall winning on the road at Johns Hopkins. That was a 1-0 final. Washington College, a 1-0 winner at home over Dickinson there. Second half, McDaniel and Ursinus knotted up at 2 with 23:53 left to go in the second. Later on, it's Muhlenberg at Gettysburg. Haverford and Swarthmore, they'll play here later. That'll be a 7 o'clock tilt. We hope you'll join us, you soccer fans, here on the Garnet Sports Network. Other scores, women's soccer, Ursinus took care of McDaniel at home, 1-0. Haverford won 2-1 here against the ladies of the Garnet. Franklin and Marshall, 3 o'clock that game was supposed to start. No score has been reported between Franklin and Marshall and Johns Hopkins. 4-0 right now, Mary Washington in a non-league tilt against Bryn Mawr. 10:55 left to go in the second half there. Washington College hosts Dickinson at 7. And Gettysburg will host Muhlenberg in a league tilt. That one also at 7 in women's soccer. Women's volleyball, Johns Hopkins, a 3-2 winner over New York University at home. Ursinus and Gettysburg, it's supposed to be a 1 o'clock start. Nothing reported there. Franklin and Marshall on the road. They blank 3-0 McDaniel to win that one. Swarthmore blanking Haverford 3-0 earlier here at Swarthmore in women's volleyball. No report from Dickinson and Washington College yet. Later on tonight, Virginia Wesleyan, the Marlins, will be at Johns Hopkins, and Muhlenberg will be at Arcadia out there in Cheltenham, PA, or at least in that neck of the woods. Right next door to Cheltenham High School is Arcadia University, formerly known as Beaver College. Those two traveling just off a 3:09 and 1:52 where they intersect in the Ambler-Cheltenham area, if you want to check out that one. Meanwhile, we are scoreless. Teams have gone on back in the field. The Garnet in the Garnet. We hit the white numerals. They will defend the goal to our right. Haverford in the road white. And the red numbering for the Fords. And while the sun is pretty much behind the trees right now, they will have to contend a little bit with spotty shadow, as Cassandra Conklin and her back line mates had to deal with in the first half. It's definitely not as bad as it was, though, here in the second half, as a little push pass there a little too far over the end line. And a 16 coming out down the left alley for the Fords. Boy, a quick step up there by Finley. Almost looks like she's getting in there too quick. Steals it away. Trying to push it in on the backhand. Nothing there. And finally a foul will be called there. Maybe a little too much one-on-one play there by the senior Martina Campbell out of Raritan, New Jersey. Again, one of 5 seniors playing for the final time here at Clothier. And like the 7 for Haverford, hoping it's not the last time they play at all. Soccer, field hockey, and football, you want to freeze, because that means you're playing deep into a season. Stolen away here by Finley. Finley trying to use some speed, stolen away, but stolen on a foul by Martin. Quick restart by Cho. Cho trying to dodge to the inside. Cho holding, pass, looking for a foul, not getting one is Swarthmore. Joust in the circle, going to be lost by Campbell. Check that, that is 12, it's Twitchell. And it'll be the Fords that'll restart. Long aerial. Down the near side alley. Little dodge to the backhand. Basewitz gets fouled. Center of the circle. Kim finally getting a bounce. Once again, 11-on-11 crime as the foul called on number 11, Bailey McCoy. As Kim tried to make a move. And drew the foul on her. And here comes corner specialist Anna Stankowski. Junior from Lewis, Delaware. Always checks in and had that knee injury. She'll insert and be on the post. Anna Harris is hoping she'll deflect something in. Stankowski does not have a goal yet this year. This would be one heck of a time to get one. To the top of the castle. Gets there kind of slowly. Pass across. Basewitz trying to control it. Stankowski's opportunity, and they're going to get the stick foul on her. And she will hustle off the field, and quickly running back in her place will be number 6, Fiona Heaps. It's always a little ebb and flow there, as Hannah Harris always seems to get her in, get the sub in just before a foul is called in the circle for a corner, because you cannot sub once a corner has been called. And waiting at midfield here, as she has all year, Anna Stankowski. Basewitz, the aerial, thrown. Kim there, and finally the whistles blow. Well, actually they did blow. No one heard them. As a drive, that one hit bodies. Restart coming up for the Fords. Up the right alley, trying to protect it, is Marlin. Marlin needed help. Got it back. Stolen away, and then Marlin with a foul. Good pick of the pocket there by Quinn Basewitz. And there's that pass in the double team again. That's been a bugaboo here for Swarthmore this year. Cho, looking for somewhere to go, needs help, passes it back. That's Fuselier. She'll try the right side this time. Foul called, trying to get it back there was Twitchell. Joe sees the bouncing ball, unable to control it, was Ahart. And then it's stolen back away on the pass attempt from Cho. Stealing the dodge here by Kim. Kim, another reverse dodge right there. Looking for help on the outside, gets it out there. Spraying down there is Twitchell. Twitchell gets fouled just outside the 25. Can drive it if she wants. Does, into the circle. Gets loose. Kim tries to go after it. Fisher was thinking about blowing the whistle, did not. Cleared out by the Fords. Fuselier has to hustle over and get it. Otherwise, it would have been a one-on-none here for the Fords by Marlin. Up the right side, Twitchell with it again. Pushing it on to Finley. I think people are finally realizing what kind of speed Finley has because no one's really letting her break free. Twitchell flicks it in. Kim had it. Couldn't quite control it. Outside the circle. Trying to dodge. A foul will be called here, but it's going to be just outside the circle. As Twitchell tried to make a move to get in. They call an obstruction just outside the circle. The pass back. Chance to drive. Flicked in. Deflected. Foul called. Finley was right there. There's 17 on 17 crime is Margaret Martin, junior out of Branford, Connecticut. Ended up fouling Finley. Third corner coming up here. Second of the half. And once again, able to step in there at the last second. Hannah Harris gets her sub in. It's Anna Stankowski. Zoe DeSpinis getting ready to check in first opportunity, as well as her teammate Naomi York for the Fords. Stankowski, stronger pass, top of the circle. Pass back, Basewitz, drive. Hit bodies in front. Unfortunately for Swarthmore, one of them appeared to be Amelia Landry. And the Fords will restart. Ariel, maybe not the best choice, as unable to handle the bouncing ball there was Allison Cabell. Joe had the restart fouled, however, and the Fords will restart with a strong drive. Crossover midfield. Fuselier right there. Over to Heaps. Heaps didn't get it up the side strong enough. Stolen away by Cabell. And then she had it stolen away. Basewitz. Cabell tried to steal it. Pass ends up stealing it is Ahart. Ahart flicked it. And a mistake there, even though it went off the back of Emma Duffield. Duffield was running away. They're not going to get a foul on her for that. Finley trying the left side. Trying to get around McCoy. Wipes out. Wants to know where the foul is. Not coming. Last couple games we have seen, though, is at night against Bryn Mawr. Bit wet out, bit moist, but a lot of players have been falling lately. It didn't happen early in the season, but it's been happening more and more as the season is going on. As Finley called for the foul there, trying to get in the circle, and the Fords restart. 8.5 left to go here, third quarter. Still waiting for our first tally. The way things are going, this one might take a while, folks. And why not end the season, at least the regular season, on a heart stopper? Kim with a dodge. Gets it to Finley. Trying to get around Martin. Doesn't. Martin with the steal. Pass up the alley. Foul called against Landry. And a restart coming up here against the Fords. And they're going to move it back a little bit here. Again, Swarthmore got the field tilted in their favor. They just can't do anything with it. As Elizabeth Zach has checked back in for the Garnet. Now the Fords with a chance in their offensive half. A drive, not cleanly hit. Bouncing around. Basewitz trying to handle it. Good dodge to get rid of it and gets it over to Cho. Cho flicks it down the field, out of trouble. Going after it will be Crowley. Crowley nearly stole it away from McCoy. Fans looking for a foul, none coming here. As a stick foul this time coming against DeSpinis. Cho quickly tried to get Crowley. Didn't work, and now Crowley had the foul trying to get it. Drive. Crowley knocks that one down, but then stolen right back by the young lady that hit it in Snowden. Snowden finds York. York found Swarthmore, who was stolen on the end line. Good pass between the legs there by Basewitz. Able to get over to Hitchingham, and then Hitchingham draws the foul. Boy, nice little reverse flick there by Basewitz, who now has it. Pulls to her forehand. Drives, didn't quite get all of it. Turned aside by McCoy. Kim, though, steals it as the Fort's unable to control. Then off the foot of Martin. Chance to drive if they want. Kim with it. Passed inside to Landry. Taken away, however, by Zach. Trying to get it into the on Cage. Foul call, but this one's going to go against Swarthmore. I believe they got Kim for a stick foul. 6 minutes left. Good step up there to steal it away by Rossler. And Rossler's pass taken away by Ahart. And Ahart gets fouled. Right at the 25-yard line. Chance to restart. And on the drive, it gets up to midfield. Mishandled. And Rossler played it, but played over the sideline. No one there. Kim tried to get to it. And the Forts will have an opportunity here with 5:30 to go. Goalies have been perfect. They've only had to be perfect 3 times. Hitchingham trying to control the bouncing ball. Got the stick. Ford's play. Ahart moving, fouled. Just below the circle on the S logo. Actually, they're going to move it back a little bit here. Play by the Fords. Good drive outside the 25. Carry by DeSpinis. Wants to go wide now. Good stop there on a tackle by Basewitz. Step up. Dodge there. Hitchingham. First dodge good. Second one stolen by Snowden. Pass to the outside. Just keeping it in. Good reach there by Marlin. Bodies collide. No call. They're going to say an overrun there by Marlin. And it's stolen away by Landry. And then on the pass, a foul by the Fords. Ooh, dangerous pass there in between 2 players by Basewitz. A break there for the Garnet. Duffield to the outside, carried by Kim. Kim double team, nowhere to go. Drops back for help. He's ready to get a substitution coming in real quick here. Amy Kim is out. In her place will be Amanda Burkow for the Fords. Meanwhile, carrying for the Fords is Ahart. Ahart, top of the circle, had it stolen away. Stolen right back, but it hit the body of the aforementioned Burkow. Fuselier on the restart with help, gets it to the right side. Passed on to Duffield from Kim. Duffield fouled. Quick restart gets to Kim. Kim's pass not strong enough to reach Landry, and the Fords will push it the other way. Stolen and given right back by Swarthmore. Pass to nobody in particular, but able to scoop it back up is Burkow. Burkow at the 21. Flipped it up. Could have been dangerous. No call. It finds its way into the circle. Joust at the top of the circle, and they're finally going to get a foul called. It'll go against the Fords. They'll get Naomi York. Basewitz fouled. Looking for someone to pass to. Didn't get it, and then Marlin ended up fouling her. Ariel. Nothing wrong with that one. That lands cleanly. Over to Campbell. Campbell gets fouled after playing it, though. Quickly on the restart. No spacing here is in kind of tight that time was Basewitz, but she ended up getting it. Goes for a dodge, and on the pull gets fouled by Marlin. The drive knocked down by Marlin. Well done by her. Controls it herself. Wanted to drive. Basewitz smothered it. Got it over to Crowley, and then Crowley had her pocket picked. DeSpinis with a little speed down the right side, picked up there by the senior Fiona Heaps. Gets to turn the corner, though. Into the circle, and now a corner will be called. Not sure if they got Heaps or they got Basewitz. Irrelevant, they got a foul. 2:10 left to go here in the third. Waiting to enter back in is Callie Cho, the captain of the Garnet. First goal is going to be a biggie here, as the insert is coming in for number 19, Dahlia Burkow out of Port Washington, New York. She'll go left wing. Pass back to the middle. Chance for a drive, smothered there, but a foul will be called, as the drive by Ahart got smothered by Fuselier. And then it went off her foot and ended any opportunity for the Fords. Last time they went over to York. They will do it again. She'll drive, deflected. That one may have gotten in on goal. Still with her, the Fords. York, again, shot. That one kicked away by Conklin. She covers up that left side. Still loose on the left side. And another corner is going to be called in that mess after a foul by Swarthmore. It'll stop the clock with 1:49 to go. Corner number 5 coming up here. Conklin still only credited with 2 saves, so apparently none of those shots ended up on cage. To the top of the circle. Pushed in. That one may have hit off of a Swarthmore body. Playing it, and now a foul will be called, and a card is going to be given. It'll be a green. And now they're going to reset the clock here because it did not stop, I believe. Not sure what the card was for. There was a fight for it, not a physical fight, but a fight for it in the circle. Zoe Despinis. Apparently 8 seconds ran off the clock there. They reset it to 1:33. So Swarthmore dodging a bullet. And this penalty will last 27 seconds into quarter number 4. As once again, the second time this contest, the Fords will have to play down 1. Donahue lost it. Cho with it. Has room to midfield, gets it to Duffield. Duffield's pass, not quick, but it ends up to Twitchell. And her attempt to get it to Kim gets smothered away by Cabell. Break here on the foul with 49 seconds left for Swarthmore. Trying to carry it in, foul, and they're going to get the foul on Twitchell. An obstruction call there. Fords will drive. And apparently a problem on the drive. The clock will continue to run. Otherwise, it would have been near midfield, an opportunity for the Fords after the drive went off the stick and out of play of Rossler. So they'll drive again. This one gets smothered a little closer, though, by Twitchell, who is fouled. 15 seconds left. Chance here now on the offensive end. Pushed in. That one corralled by York. Good play there. Wild swing. Good job by York, though, to knock it down. Gets it to Cabell. They'll push it up with 2-1. That'll do it here for quarter number 3. Again, it was a quarter dominated by Swarthmore, although down the stretch, there were some anxious times for the Garnet. On back-to-back-to-back corner opportunities for the Fords, none of them able to find the back of the net. We are through 3 here at Clothier Field, Swarthmore University. Beautiful southeastern Pennsylvania. Temperature dropping. Intensity picking up. We go to the 4th, still scoreless. Haverford, Swarthmore on the Garnet Sports Network. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? And if you are not a sports fan. You don't have to know a sport, even like a sport, to be entertained. And right now, these ladies playing their hearts out. For 12 of them, knowing this could be their very last game ever. For half of the combatants, it will be their last game of the season. The winner, the 6th and final seed in the Centennial Conference postseason tournament. They will take on Bryn Mawr. And for the loser, the end of the line. Scoreless into the 4th. Center pass deflected all the way down here. A good drive there by Swarthmore. And then lost near the 25. Here comes an opportunity for the Garnet. Cho will restart from about 23 yards out on the right side. In trouble, blindside steal there. Beautiful job on the steal there by the Fords, but then carrying it over the end line. That appears to be Amelia Burkow. Excuse me, Dahlia Burkow. I apologize. It's a great name, Dahlia. I don't want to screw that one up. Foul on the steal attempt by Olivia Ahart. Drive. That one went off the body of Ahart again after a good blast from Rossler. Pass back to the 25. Flicked on. That one goes off the body of a Ford. And right now, just even if it's quote-unquote illegally playing defense, they're just playing defense here right now, not letting anything come on their goaltender, Mary Smith. On the restart, Rossler tight on that right sideline. Twitchell tried to send it in. No deflection. Sticks collided. We did hear that up here. You may have caught that on the crowd mic, but they're going to say it was not touched by a Haverford stick. So a 16 coming out for the Fords. They'll drive it to midfield, but that'll be smothered before it gets there by Duffield. To Cho. Cho able to handle it, pass it across. Twitchell can't handle the bouncing ball. This turf has definitely gotten its use. It should be used to not bouncing anymore, as the drive never made it onto the field. It'll be a sideline insert for Swarthmore. They'll pass it back. It'll be Fuselier. Has Heaps to her left. If she wants her, she'll use her. She controls it, ready to step in here in a moment's notice will be Stankowski. Pass towards the circle, deflected, wide. Stankowski holding, no one able to sub in for. Coming across is Kim, and Kim drawing the foul against herself this time. Good hustle, but officials deeming stick work not good enough. Long drive to midfield. York couldn't quite handle it. And blocking there with the stick was York. She went for the tackle, but she had her ball in front of, or excuse me, her stick in front of the ball. So it went stick, ball. Sounds like a bad sine angle side argument in geometry, which I was not good at. York, nice pass down the right side to Spinnis. Cuts to the inside, thought about going to the backhand, back to the forehand. Now trying to fight her way over to the right wing outside the circle. Shot into it. Driven into it, I should say, and then a little mishandling there by Fuselier, but a good job anyway just to make sure that it never got in towards goal. Maybe a late redirect by the Fords on Conklin. And that horn you hear in the background is actually from the local fire department, which goes off from time to time and has caused great consternation from some of the Swarthmore faithful and some of the local residents. When I first heard it, I swear it almost gave me a heart attack. As the aerial played down by the Fords, deemed dangerous on a move by Swarthmore, and the restart lost and regained by the Fords. In a double team, Marlin in trouble. In more trouble as she fouls. Gwen Basewitz will restart. She'll carry. And she'll flick it. Getting out of the way so she didn't foul was Ahart. But a foul anyway here by the Fords, by Snowden. Kim pushed right into Snowden to get her out of the way. Kim getting into the circle. Kim with a dodge. Pushes it in. It's deflected away. Another opportunity to drive, and this one goes in, but it was topped and made dangerous by that raise, unfortunately, by Twitchell. After an excellent start by the Fords, all of a sudden they have been in scramble mode for the majority of the 3 quarters. Although now they're looking to shut me up on this one as they sprint down that left side down the alley. Flipped in towards the circle. Fuselier trying to get it stolen away from her by Despinis. Passes it back to Ahart. Ahart looking for the top of the circle. Got smothered before it went in. Conklin's now going to play it as the York steal was shot in on goal. Stolen back by Despinis. Sent towards the middle. Joust in there cleanly. Cho will get it after Fuselier was able to stop it. Sent up the alley. Kim will stop it before it goes out of play. Finley is wide open, but Kim couldn't get it to her. Finley was sprinting wide open on the far side, but Kim could not have an opportunity to drill it over there, and Finley would have been in a foot race with Martin, and I'll take her on that one. Donahue on the restart. Rebecca Donahue, one of the 7 seniors on this Ford squad. Haven't called her name a whole lot today. We'll call it again as she'll restart on the sideline. Finley nearly stole it on the midfield logo. Fords looking for somewhere to go is Ahart. Finally just says, I'm going to rip it. And it was deflected over the sideline. Jackie Cox saying, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And hurrying is Rebecca Donahue. Stewartsville, New Jersey. And I'm not sure if Cox was angry about the play or a non-call, but she was jumping up and down on the sideline. Basewitz trying to make a move. Her dodge rolls off the foot of Donahue. Restart by Landry as Basewitz gets out of the way. Basewitz trying to hustle after it. Can she save it in? Yes, she can in the alley. She'll drive it in towards the circle. It gets deflected over the end line, however, by Snowden. Not deliberate, so it's not an automatic corner. Good play by her. Landry on the restart. It passed too far out of the way as they were looking for Hitchingham. Too strong and too wide. Drive by the Fords. Gets past the line of defense. Onto the stick of York and then was tackled. Looking for a foul. Everyone turned over to the official. Nothing came. And playing on was Landry. Into the circle. An opportunity was Finley. Gets loose. Kim with a chance. Looking for a foul call. Not getting one as a shot goes just wide. The far side official, Joanne Palumbo, brought that whistle to her mouth and then thought it for a second. Said, I don't have a foul. Let play continue. It's been a very good sense of game here by our officials. Taylor Holt on the near side. Joanne Palumbo on the far side. As hustling down the near side is Rachel Marlin. Marlin on the right wing, just outside the circle, a swing and a miss. I don't think the officials have stepped in too much as a stick foul there. We heard that one. York with the foul. I don't think they've stepped in a whole lot here where they shouldn't have. They know this is a big game. It's a senior day. It's a final game of the year, but more importantly, it's a playoff spot on the line. The winner gets to go to the postseason. The loser gets to go home. And the officials have safely let these kids play, let these young ladies play. Basewitz with a steal, the drive. That one a miss hit. Guess they said it didn't hit off of Ahart. Stolen away by Cho, and now a foul will be called. I don't know if they got Cho or Kim on that. 6:14 left on the aerial, sent to the right. Sent on by Martin to midfield. Pushed on. Fuselier comes over to play it at the last second. Knocks it away from the Fords. Wants a tip on it. Isn't going to get it. Quick restart. No one picking her up. driven, slowed up, and Duffield on the opportunity got fouled. If you're thinking that dreaded three-syllable, four-letter word, or excuse me, I should say three-syllable, eight-letter word, overtime. Last time for Swarthmore was at Gettysburg back on October the 1st, a 2-1 win in overtime. The only overtime game that was played here was the third game of the season against number 3 Rowan. Coming out party for the freshman keeper Cassandra Conklin, her 18 saves. That was a 2-1 loss for Swarthmore. As a dodge here by Basewitz. And they're going to get obstruction call here on Basewitz after she made a good initial move. If you're talking Haverford, Haverford has not played an overtime game this season. As a pass ends up sneaking over the sideline. Restart coming from Heaps. Pass deflected back over the sideline again by a Ford stick. 4:20 left to go. Heaps will send it back. Fusilier coming up hard on her is Amy Kim. Holding Fusilier. We'll get it back over to Heaps. Burkow challenging her. Steals it. 2-on-2 now, a 2-on-3 the other way. Dodging into the circle. Fusilier knocked it down. Conklin tried to clear it and ended up bouncing off of the leg of a Garnet player. And another corner coming up here. It'll be the 6th for Haverford. Stops the clock with 3:55 left. This is turning into another one of those games where you let a team hang around and hang around and hang around, and something bad just seems to pop up when they get that one chance after a miscue. Burkow. Left side to York. Drive, shot. That one knocked down in front. A great defensive save, and on the clearing attempt, another corner will be called, but that might be a season-saving save from Amanda Rossler. The shot beat Conklin. Rossler stopped it cleanly and legally behind her while it was heading straight into goal, and the junior may have just saved the season. York passing it across. Ahart. Shot deflected at the point of attack. Back to York. Another shot. Diving save attempt. That one knocked away by Conklin. Woo! .324, clock back in motion. An obstruction call being made on that little spin move there by Ahart. Pass to midfield, stolen down by Martin. Lost, and then things stopped because of a foul here on Swarthmore. Martin will carry again. Cho trying to defend her. Coming over to help is Campbell. Pass makes its way to the top of the 21. Trying to carry and spinning away from that play was Swarthmore, but stealing it right back was Marlin. Cho had it knocked away. Basewitz was going to play it, but they had a foul already here. Right around the 21-yard, that broken circle right there, that dotted line, if you will. Pushed in by Marlin. Pushed in further by Kim. And they're going to say out as it went off the leg of Kim. All of a sudden, Haverford changing the tenor of this right now with a lot of offensive pressure. Heaps barely keeping that one in. Pass missed by Basewitz. Sent back the other way, Despinis has it. Gets around Duffield. And on the dodge attempt, this one's stolen away by the Garnet. Campbell looking for Twitchell, who had gotten it to her. Campbell still holding, nowhere to go. Pushes it. Twitchell couldn't get to it. The Fords do. Under 2 to go. Pass up the left side, tips off at Despinis' stick, she gets it back. Defended there by Rossler. Rossler staying right with her. Now a double team coming over to help out. And in doing so, it will draw the foul. Attempted pass Fuselier, stolen away. Ford's with it. Fuselier, could have been a foul, none called. Fuselier lost it, stolen right back. This will be Ahart. Ahart into the circle, rolls in. Things getting helter-skelter right now here at Clothier. A joust with Cho at the top of the circle. She will win it away from Ahart. Quick restart here. Someone needs to calm things down here as Basewitz sends it up to midfield. Stealing it away is from Campbell. And they're going to say a pass attempt deflected off of Campbell in the quick replay on the aerial by Marlin. Controlling it was Burkow, who sends it all the way into the circle. Sent but not out, a misplay here. An opportunity and tight in the corner is going to come on a mistake there by Rossler. Boy, maybe just waiting a little too long. 3 different Fords came in. A triangle of terror right there on the defense. Created the turnover. Stealing it was Kim. And the sophomore from Branchburg, New Jersey, helps convert that into another corner. 37 fateful seconds left for one of these teams. Burkow will insert. Remember, they got it by Conklin on one of the corners last time. This is a young lady that did it, and it went wide. York with the drive, the deflection. Not sure if it was there or not, but it went wide of the left post. Fuselier, her drive, stolen away by Ahart. Again, in the final 15, a chance for an offensive play. Conklin steps on it, now finally clears it out of the way. And a foul will be called on the Fords, and that will do it for regulation, and why not? Final regular season game for both teams. Final potential career game for 12 different seniors on both sides. And a shot at the postseason on the line, and why not play an extra 15? There'll be a 5-minute break between this and the overtime period. They go 7v7. If after one overtime, no goal, we play a second. And after that, basically becomes a shootout, a 1v1. Get to that later. But first, 15 minutes more of action coming up. We'll return to Clothier in 5. Still scoreless, Haverford, Swarthmore on the Garnet Sports Network. My field hockey backstop up in the New England region correcting me. I got the wrong level. It's not 15 in overtime. It is a 10-minute overtime. 7v7, 6 field players and a goalie. If we have a corner, it's 3 defenders in the cage and the goalie. Call it what you want. Sudden victory, golden goal, sudden death, whatever term you want. One goal to determine it all right now. And this is where endurance and speed come into play. Again, 1-1 for the Garnet in overtime. Losing at the beginning of the year against Rowan. Winning later on against Gettysburg. Haverford has not played in overtime this year. If you're a Garnet fan, this would be a lousy time to have them win their first. Haverford has decided to defend the goal to the right. And I should say Swarthmore has decided because the opening start goes to the Fords. As a pass to the outside, you definitely don't want to lose the young lady you're marking because there's not much defensive help coming over if you do. Pass top of the circle, good step up there. Unlimited substitution. You can send someone in when you want. Finley, has a player open, didn't see her. Oh my goodness, had a player streaking up the middle, wide open in base, which she never looked. Pass smothered outside the 25. And on the restart, it's got to come back outside the 25. It'll be Landry. Obviously, it's easy for us here not being defended, running up and down the field and sitting up high. But, oh, my goodness. Wide open on a one-on-none would have been Quinn Basewitz. And after the steal, here come the Fords. Down the left side, it's Burkow. Sends it into the circle with an opportunity to Spinis. Stolen away. Ford fans apoplectic right now, thinking there was a foul. Calling it from 210 feet away. And knocked out of bounds here over the sideline. It'll be a restart coming up here for the Garnet. And it needs to be played here at some point. Kelly Cho looking for somewhere to go. Holding and tries to send it. Knocked down out of midair by Snowden. Picked up by Kim. Foul called. Restart. Bouncing ball up. Finley. Knocked around. Fords want a foul here on Finley for knocking it into the defensive player in McCoy, but the problem was McCoy knocked it up into Finley. York had to sprint. Great job there defensively to step over by Fuselier. They'll swing it over to the left side. That was a good call there by Taylor Holt. Calling the first foul, not the second. Ford's pushing. It's a 2-on-4. Spinis trying to get around Duffield. Ball gets loose. Picking it up will be Fuselier on that far side. Trying to get free. Nowhere to go. Good defense over there, and finally it goes off the leg. I believe that's Marlin over there. But that was good defense to pin her on that sideline. 3 minutes gone here in overtime. Is it the first? Duffield fouled from behind by York. On the restart, thought about passing it back, but the Spinis was right there. Legally or not, I don't know. But she decided otherwise, and then Basewitz was fouled. Here in the offensive half. Duffield will restart. Trying to decide where to go. Good defense by Spinis. The pass out to the outside. Again, that's Basewitz. Basewitz turns at the 25. Tried to dodge. Foul will be called inside the 25. Carried. Basewitz. Top of the circle. Holding. Gets free. And is it a corner or a foul? I only saw one arm go up by Taylor Holt. I couldn't see the other. And it will be a corner. And nearly sneaking on a fourth player there was the Fords. Thinking she could go was Allison Cabell. It couldn't. 3 and a goalie, that's it. Fuselier will insert. Top of the circle. The drive, it got smothered in. Great job flying out there by DeSpinis. Goes over the sideline. The end line, excuse me, and it will be a 25 coming in. Great job by the Flyers there for the Fords. Back to Fuselier. Fuselier able to get it to the right to Rossler. Rossler's pass wanted Kim, too far for her, into the circle, but grabbing it is Cabell. Cabell, good reverse to keep it low and out of play, but back there is Fuselier to get it. Pressure coming, she better look out. Fuselier trying to reverse dodge. Now she's in a joust right here near midfield trying to fight with Burkow. And they get the foul on Fuselier. And the quick restart sending it in open space as the Fords chase after it. Nearly a third-party obstruction. Fuselier cutting right in front. That could have been real dangerous. I think that was Anna Bradley there that was coming in after it. There's now a foul here against Basewitz. Subs coming in, hustling in right now is Amelia Landry, as she replaces number 22, Amanda Rossler. There's a foul here called on the Fords. Again, you better be very, very sure defensively here, because if you get beat, not much help awaits you. Landry, pass was slowed up. She has to come and get it. Cho has checked in now, replacing Kim. Cho's pass to Finley. Finley through a double team, gets bodied and gets a corner. Fans don't agree, but that was definitely not a clean double team by the Fords, as holding her head is Olivia Ahart. That was a Malachi crunch there, right? That trying to fight through was Brooke Finley. It'll be Ahart, Snowden, and McCoy in the cage right now to join Mary Smith. Clock is stopped with 4:38 to go. It'll be Fuselier, Basewitz, Cho, and Finley. Finley has one game-winning goal. So does Cho. Cho straight away. Basewitz, drive, shot, turned aside. Big right pad save by Mary Smith. Every player up there for the corner had a game-winning goal. No one could get their second for the Garnet. 4:15, the clock is back in motion. Cho passes it off to the left. Sent back towards the circle, no one there, so grabbing it will be Ahart for the Fords. Clearing attempt smothered there by Cho, and then her centering attempt, that one grabbed right back by the Fords again. Sent to midfield. Foul called on Duffield. Quick restart by the Fords. Makes its way up to Bradley. Bradley around Fuselier, into the circle. Pass across, and a foul will be called as Cho came over to defend, and Kim was unable to get it, got her stick instead. Fuselier on the restart. Kim with the pressure. Nearly stole it, got it to Landry. Landry in the right alley. Tried to send it up, got cut off and knocked out of play by Zoe DeSpinis. Fuselier to the outside left. With a little room, pass. Gotta get that air. Gotta get those airborne a little bit here because you're keeping your stick down on a turf field. Up the alley, too far for the Fords to get. Fuselier is back there. Fuselier trying to direct traffic, gets around. Cabell, good dodge, but now Fuselier in trouble. Turnover, back the other way. Here come the Fords. Fuselier with a foul, and it's a deliberate breakdown foul. It's going to be a corner. Bad mistake there by an outstanding defender in the sophomore Fuselier. Not so much turning the ball over, but the breakdown foul just coming back, turning that stick and whacking the Ford offensive player, and inside the 25, that is an immediate upgrade to a corner. It will be Despinis to insert. Kim is to the right. Snowden to the left. She'll get it. Snowden, the drive. That one turned aside by Conklin. Back to Snowden. Turned around. Shot. Oh, that just went wide. I think Conklin's heartbeat stopped for a second, and oh, mine did, as Kim was right there, and she put her hands to her head. Couldn't believe she couldn't redirect it. Back in is Rossler defensively, replacing Landry. And the ball will find her to start. We near the 2-minute mark. Pass. Great step up right there by the Fords. That one stolen away by Vincent. Vincent with a dodge to get around. Rossler to the left side. Dropped it off for Despinis. And a corner will be called. That was an outstanding step up there by the Fords. By Ahart. That's a captain doing what a captain does. It'll be Despinis again. York on the left. Kim on the right. 3 in the cage and a goalie. Need to come up with a stop. Straight away. The drive. Deflected. Game over. And for the second time this season, in a first overtime, Swarthmore drops a contest, and this one a double heartbreak. As not only do they lose on the final day on senior day here at Swarthmore University, but that loss clinches the 6th and final postseason berth for the Fords. And after winning the last 2 meetings at home, it's the 12th loss here at home against the Fords by Swarthmore in the last 24 meetings. So Haverford will go to 5-5 in league play, 8-9 on the season, and they will leapfrog Swarthmore for the 6th and final spot. As Swarthmore, a heartbreaking way to end what started out as an outstanding season at 4-1 and nearly 5-0 after that great effort against Rowan. But I said it against Bryn Mawr. After such a great win over Ursinus the first time in like 70 years, the loss that'll come back and bite Swarthmore in this one is the loss to Dickinson right after that Ursinus win. 1 week ago to the day, that 3-2 loss against the team that was really at the bottom of the conference. Might be the one that did the most damage. And after a conversation, and I'm sure plenty of tears in the defensive circle for Swarthmore, Stankovsky and their freshman keeper, Cassandra Conklin, hustling out to shake hands here and congratulate Haverford, who will now face Bryn Mawr at Bryn Mawr on the 2nd. So our field is set in the Centennial Conference. Johns Hopkins and Franklin and Marshall will sit and wait. It will be Bryn Mawr hosting Haverford and Ursinus hosting Washington College. Those games will be on the 2nd for the quarterfinals. And then the lowest seed will go to the highest seed. The other one will go to the 2nd highest seed. So the lowest seed will end up going to Johns Hopkins. The next lowest will go over to Franklin and Marshall for the semis, and then the highest remaining seed from those games will host the Centennial Conference Championships. So it's the final game ever here for Fiona Heaps, number 6 from Washington, D.C., for Martina Campbell, number 10 from Raritan, New Jersey, 7 goals and 20 points on the year for Martina, 2 game-winning goals as well for her. Grace Twitchell out of Glen Ridge, New Jersey, senior midi, who was in every contest this year. The outstanding captain, Callie Cho, 2 goals, 7 points, and a game winner. Even a penalty stroke converted. The senior from Austin, Texas. And finally, last but not least, senior midi, Quinn Basewitz, 3 goals, 9 points. And 1 game winner out of Collingswood High School from Collingswood, New Jersey, one of the shot leaders on this team with over 30. All 4 have concluded in heartbreaking fashion their careers here at Swarthmore. Well, there's one more game here tonight, men's soccer. We hope you come back and listen to that one here on the Garnet Sports Network. As for field hockey, and as for me, we are done. It has been a privilege, a pleasure, a lot of fun calling all the home games here for the Swarthmore Garnet. I thank the folks up here in the booth for treating me like one of their own. I thank Hannah Harris for being so nice to me when I got a chance to talk to her as well. And thanks to Ari Bluestein. Make sure you get in touch with SFBN. You can see them on Twitter as well. They're the ones responsible for sending the broadcasters to various schools, including this one. And you can send any comments to him as well. Hey, you want to drop me a line? I'm on Twitter as well. Daryl Dovis is one way to look it up. The other way, at 26, great call. Yell at me, love on me, I don't care. Always welcome to hear your comments after what has been a fun season but ends in heartbreak for the Garnet. And so for the last time here from high atop Clothier Field on the campus of Swarthmore University, this is Daryl Dovis saying thank you so much for watching all season long. Our final in overtime with 1:45 left. Off of a corner, the goal officially going to the senior Delaney Snowden, her 7th of the year. That is the difference, and sends the Fords to the Centennial Conference playoffs and ends the year for the Garnet with a 1-0 overtime win here for Haverford. You have been watching Swarthmore Garnet field hockey action right here on the Garnet Sports Network. Have a great off season, everybody.